Well, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. I'm Esther Bartkiw. Welcome to this Facebook Live event. I decided to do a Facebook Live because I have a lot of information that I want to share with you. And if I wrote a post, it would just go on and on and on. And this way you can listen at your leisure. This will be up on my page and you can come back to it and refer to it at any time. So, hey, listen, we are 4 days out until solstice. And, you know, for me to sit here and say, wow, the energies are really ramping up. While it's truth, what we have really come to realize is that every day is a significant energy day for all of us, whether we are awake or still slumbering, but still participating in our soul's journey of ascension. Because what I've come to realize is that even those people that we would say are still asleep or still operating out of 3D or still in the dark, or just they don't want to be bothered with waking up right now. That's some kind of a choice that they're making. They're still going through an ascension process. We cannot judge what is happening within. So, you know, sometimes I would say, oh, I don't think they're going to wake up in this lifetime. They're going to have to come back. I would say that about older family members who are so entrenched in their ways and their beliefs and their religious doctrines. But you know what I realized? I can't really say that because I don't know what's going on in the depths. I don't know what's happening within. So everybody is experiencing these waves of energy, and every day is a significant day. And when we have those lighter waves that go through, that is our opportunity to rest, to regroup, to integrate. Having said that, yes, our solstice gateway of energies is open. It opened sometime yesterday, early morning, my time. I'm in Bucharest right now, which is Eastern European time. That is about 7 hours ahead of Eastern Toronto, New York time, just to give you an idea. And I felt it open yesterday. I felt light coming through, you know, just a little bit softer, you know, the pre-solstice energy waves kind of preparing us for what is going to come on solstice when the gateway opens and the light just pours out of the great central sun. It connects with the sun in our solar system and then just beamed onto the planet for all of humanity, the animals, the nature kingdom, all of the kingdoms for all of us in our ascension process so that we can raise up in consciousness and vibration and frequency, become more of the love that we are. It's sort of like, you know, when you go to a concert, there's like the main event, the main musician, and then there's the bands, the warm-up bands. And that's kind of what we're going through right now, which is really nice because that's going to help us to move on to new timelines, new paths of potential, much more easier, helping us to release so that we've got lots of room inside to embody more of our soul essence and more of the light. Absolutely. So just as a reminder, I'm Esther Bartkiw. My website is whispersfromthesoul.com. And the first thing I want to talk about is right hip pain. Okay. So I guess about Friday, I started to receive Facebook messages and emails from people who wanted body readings, because they were experiencing an unusual pain in their right hip. So I took it to my team and I said, okay, this is a bit unusual that there's a lot of people that are complaining about this right now or noticing it, not necessarily complaining. What is going on? And I was told some really interesting information, and I took some notes so I can give it to you straight. So this would be for people who are experiencing pain from their right hip, the top of the right hip, down to where the body meets the leg, somewhere in that area. pertaining to people who would say normally they don't have joint pain, they don't have pain pretty much in their body, especially not in that area. So this is unusual, something unusual that's showing up. And what I was told is that the pain is there because the body is being adjusted, right? It's like a chiropractic adjustment through the hips to be in balance so that the inner energy channels can open to receive the maximum amount of light that is going to be coming in on solstice. So our bodies are being prepared to receive the light by opening up more of the channels. All right, so that's what's happening. For some people, the channels are being opened because you're moving forward. You're moving forward, you're ready, so let's open up those channels. So just let it happen. Just let it happen. For other people, the pain is there because it's a message of, we want to open up these channels for you to receive the maximum amount of light, but there's fear. There's fear of moving forward, fear of the future, fear of living up to your potential. So if you're noticing the pain and maybe a little bit of fear coming up, then please turn within and check within and talk to that fear and find out, what is it fearful about, and work it to come into alignment, into an excitement, into a desire, like you, the conscious mind, to move forward and experience more of your divine self in human form on planet Earth. All right. Fear of making decisions, fear of choices. For some people, it's coming forward that I have nothing to look forward to. So why bother opening up the channels if I have nothing to look forward to? Okay. So that might be the message coming forward. In that case, I suggest that you turn within and connect with that part of you that feels that hopelessness, that there's nothing to look forward to. It needs a conscious awakening or a subconscious awakening of there is so much to look forward to, right? That you are the creator of your life. What do you want to create? What do you want to do? Everything is possible. Anything is possible. And so that part of you just needs to be brought into alignment. So there's a lot going on here with the hip. Like I said, for some people, it's just, hey, your channels are opening so that you'll receive maximum amount of light. Just let them open. There's nothing you have to do to assist. If you want, because I sensed that a little bit for myself, I just tuned in and said, hey, is there anything body, hip, that you want me to do to contribute to the opening here? And the message for me I got was to do some hip stretches. So I went on YouTube and I got some yoga videos that particularly worked on opening up the hips, and I've been doing them, a couple of times a day just to assist in that process. All right. You might get that message as well, or you might get some other message. And then if there's fear there, work with the fear to release the fear so that those channels will open and the energy can flow through. So that's what's going on if you are experiencing any of that hip pain or joint pain on the right side. Oh, yes, one other piece. Male issues are coming forward, which is so interesting because it is Father's Day in North America. I'm not sure who else celebrates Father's Day. And Father's Day, like Mother's Day and other holidays, it's one of those times where a lot of emotion can come up because some people had really great dads and some people really didn't, or never got to know their dad, or, they had dad issues, and some people still have their fathers with them. For some people, it's a little bit of a sad day because their fathers have transitioned. So there's all kinds of emotion going on, particularly with dads, with that masculine energy this weekend. The right side is more of our masculine side. And so for some people, clearing out any dad issues that are still lingering, masculine authority figure issues also coming up, that could also be happening on the right side. So lots going on there, but it happened early. It happened about 6 days before solstice. So we have plenty of time to do our inner work, release, and open up those channels. All right. So that's what's going on there. Now, the second piece I wanted to talk about is What does it mean waking up? Okay, another interesting question that came in. And when I read that, I thought, oh my gosh, isn't that interesting? Because we would think that that was a basic question. And sometimes I do get basic questions like, Esther, what's a chakra? You keep talking about chakras. I don't even know what it is. And we have to remember that even though there's many of us who are seasoned on our soul's journey of ascension, and we know what these terms mean. There's a lot of people in the collective that are just waking up, and they're like, what is energy medicine? What is a chakra? What are you talking about? Your third eye? I don't understand. And we need to be prepared to answer these very simple, basic questions. And they're not always easy to answer because we just know. We just feel we have the answer. And then to articulate it appropriately to someone who's asking can sometimes be a challenge. So when I got that question, what is waking up? I went, how would I describe it to someone? And, it's really about becoming consciousness. Becoming more conscious. And immediately, and I'm just going to express personally how I feel about waking up. I was led to an image of, being in bed and you're sleeping. And then, when you just start waking up in the morning and you open your eyes and you start remembering where you are, and then you start remembering, what day it is, and do I have to work today? Or no, it's a Sunday. I can sleep in. That's great. But hey, look, I can see the sun peering in through the window. And I'd really like to get out and do some biking, some gardening, some barbecuing, going to the beach. I want to, read outside on the hammock. I don't know, whatever. I have to walk the dog, and you become more awake and more alert and more engaged and more curious. So that's kind of like the waking up. It's the same with our conscious awakening. It's the same with our spiritual awakening. But I want to add to that, because spiritual awakening for me, I really feel, is when a person comes to that place of, you can almost see them like shake their shoulders, shake their head. And it's like, you know what, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than what I'm experiencing. I'm not living up to my potential. I want to live to my potential. There's that rising sense of there's more. There's more to life. There's more to me. There's more to my experiences. And I am ready. I am ready to move into that space. I am ready to move into that space of all possibilities, right? That realm of all possibilities. And as you do that, you become curious. You start to ask questions. You read, you listen, you learn. It's a very, very interesting time, this waking up. And then you start to realize, oh my gosh, not everybody was telling me the truth. There's a lot of lies, whether it's about food or health or the environment or, government issues, or even with mom and dad. Hey, mom and dad weren't right. What they told me, that's not true. That's not true for me. And then some people get really excited because now they're in the space of making their own choices. Other people get really angry and upset because they feel like they have been duped for so long. But that's all part of that waking up. There's more. There's more to life. There's more to me. I am bigger, grander, more exciting than I even imagined. Life can and is very juicy. And by the way, not everything I was told was true. So let me go out and find out what is true for me. Okay. So it's not as simple of becoming conscious, although that's what you could say. But I see that there's this whole little illustration. There's this whole little story around waking up. And that's what I see. Just that there's more to life. There's more to me. There's more to possible than I was even told. And not everything I told was truth. Right? So it's a very, very interesting time. And that was a really good question. So for the person who emailed me with that question, thank you so much for doing that. And I hope that this answer is helpful for you. Okay. The next piece I wanted to talk about, I just wanted to do something very special for all of you. So light language. I started to speak light language just a couple of weeks ago. Now, it's interesting because back in 2013, June of 2013, it was the first time I went to go visit the pyramids of Bosnia, which forever transformed my life, my experience, how I work with people, because I work with the Bosnian pyramid energies now in everything I do, whether I officially call them in or not, the energies of the Bosnian pyramids are with me. And I received a lot of information and directive and guidance on that trip in June. And then I went back in September because I was called back by the Sun Pyramid. And one of the things I was told is that you were going to speak light language. And I was like really excited about it. But yet I also had that belief of me, light language, that's for other people. Okay. And a lot of people have that belief. Like, what do you mean me? I can be intuitive. I can receive messages. I can speak like language. I didn't have that regarding the channeling. I can see, I can visualize, I can do all of that. But the light language was a little different. What do you mean me? Isn't that for other people? And so I had to clear that away. I also had religious programming that was stopping me from speaking light language. Otherwise, I feel I would have spoken it much earlier. So what was the religious programming? Well, I grew up Eastern Orthodox, Ukrainian Orthodox, and then I had a little phase where I went to a Baptist church, and then later on in my years, evangelical Christian. I would say that was where the bulk of my religious teachings came. And I was from an evangelical Christian where it was not encouraged to speak in tongues. Okay. In fact, there were many people who would, judge people in churches, that spoke in tongues. You don't want to go to that church, Esther, because they speak in tongues there. Right? It was like, it was something bad. It was not meant for us now. Maybe it was meant for people at one time, but it's not meant for us now. So I had this programming that, yes, there's people who speak in tongues, but it's not right. It's not meant for us now. It's not really good. You want to avoid that. So then when all of a sudden I'm being told that I'm going to speak light language, that came up to the surface, and I had to clear and release all of that. And then over the years, because that was 2013, we're in 2017 now, it's like the light language would come. And every time I'd go visit the pyramids, I'm like, okay, it's not happening. What's going on? And I would just get, I would see like the pyramids smiling and, it's okay. And it'll come. And I just wasn't ready, because when you're ready, it comes. I always say divine timing is your timing. Okay. It's when you're ready, then the divine says, well, here you go. I've just been sitting here waiting for you. And so my niece came to visit me in Bucharest, and it was a most beautiful time of sharing that we had, and we connected, and there was something in my heart chakra that kind of triggered open a little bit more. Plus, I was working on the light language piece during the February eclipse season when I was holding an event, because I thought, oh no, 2017, this is the time. And the light language started to flow through, not stop-start, not, oh, I'm not sure about this. It started to flow through. Okay, so I'm beginning to use this now, working with people, with me, just in general. And so when I knew I was going to do this Facebook Live, I thought, wouldn't it be really nice to do an energy attunement light language for all of you in this lead up to solstice? And so I'd like to just take a moment right now and offer this as a gift from me, my beings of light, to you. So I'd like you to listen with your heart, Okay, the mind is going to try to rationalize, to make sense of what's coming forward, and it won't be able to. It won't be able to, but the heart will know. The heart will be able to receive. The heart will comprehend. And so listen from your heart and what feels right for you to receive. I am just going to ask for just like a general attunement. So maybe you need help with opening up your channels to receive the light. Okay. Maybe you do have that fear of moving forward, and allow the light language to help you to release that fear, whatever it might be. Maybe it's something else, but this is going to just be a nice, gentle energy attunement leading up to solstice. Okay. So let us see what is going to come forward. Mosi pepe, toti ke potokote, mosi mototika, chukutiki pututi potika, fotokotika, is a possible. Eso pakotokotika coaches face pito tete ya pone potatika de kotakada shukotaka kotika punimina mono katika fotokotika puskatski eso patakaka potoki pichu to patatika but tapati patokotika chukatiki to patokutikaski come by papotika kokeke kotika eso patakotika mata pota sape popeta pota katikati erarte katike bachitski katikara katikara Emosa pata si e pasaki Esa puta. And so it is. And thank you. And thank you for being here with me. So listen, that is going to bring this Facebook Live to a conclusion. But one more piece of information. June 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern, that is Toronto, New York time, I will be hosting once again the Solstice Energy Event, 60 minutes of pure energy transmissions. I am sure there is going to be more light language coming through. I always say 60 minutes, but these events tend to run longer than that. And if you've ever participated in one of my solstice events or one of my eclipse equinox events, you know how powerful these energy transmissions are. When we really just harness the light codes that are pouring in out of the great central sun and use it to release more of the dross and let go and infuse with the light in a very conscious, focused way to make the most of it. And I'm given pieces of information for your consciousness and asked to focus in on specific different areas according to the group's needs of those who are participating in the program, and they are magnificent. And people listen to the recording of that, for months later, just continuing to build and build on these energy transmissions. And so I will be hosting once again, June 21st, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. There will be a replay and a recording available immediately following the live broadcast. So if you are unable to make it live, you will have the link. You can go download the MP3 and listen at your convenience anytime on solstice when you are going to have your solstice meditation or celebration, because I know that we have busy lives. And so to learn more and to sign up for that event, please just go to my website, whispersfromthesoul.com. All the information is there. Now, I started receiving information on some of what we're going to cover. And one of the pieces that came through is, Esther, you're going to talk about the ninth wave. Okay, I'm not sure what we're going to say about the ninth wave yet, but the ninth wave, which is really exciting to me because in a class, in an event, in an energy transmission, I have not yet addressed ninth wave, which tells me this information is very important to those of us who are going to be present for this solstice energy event. We are going to do more work on the pineal gland, our God source code, awakening that God source code from within. And work on pineal gland is always just welcomed by me, by everyone. So that's going to be really great. I've been told I am going to receive some energy exercises to offer all of you, like little things that you can incorporate in your day that will help you with expansion, that will help you to release. And I love little energy exercises. They're like little tools that you put in your spiritual tool belt, right? That you can just use at any given moment or to offer someone else in assistance. So we're going to be doing some of that. Ending the suffering. It is time. It is time for us, right? As we're peeling away from that 3D, 4D, leave the suffering behind. We have lived in a paradigm of work hard, suffering, no pain, no gain. It is time to release all of that and move forward, right? And create out of joy, create out of abundance, create out of hope and enthusiasm and optimism rather than that suffering program. So I'm really excited to see what's going to come in regards to ending the suffering. And then all the time, because, when I'm talking, I'm always doing energy transmissions in the background. We're going to be upgrading your dormant DNA, awakening it, working with your chakras, working with your energy systems, opening up the channels, infusing more light in. All right. So I welcome you. I extend to you a personal invitation to join me. People from around the globe will be participating, and more information, tickets are available on my website. Registration will close about 30 minutes before the live event. Because sometimes there's just a little bit of a delay in people signing up and getting their call details. All right, so please check that out on my website, whispersfromthesoul.com. And that's going to put a wrap on this Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being present with me, for being interested in this type of information, for being so committed to your soul's journey of ascension and being the light that the world needs right now. And so to all of you, I wish you a blessed Sunday. I send my love to you and end with a blessing. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tesbayoth. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Have a great day, everyone.